Well, hi everybody, this is DearMamaSal, and it is a very pleasant Tuesday. It's 74 here in southern British Columbia, which would make it 23 in our way of measuring it. But 74 for the Americans. Of course, we know you're special. What I wanted to do is just give you a couple of tips for the day. The first one is one that I might have mentioned before, but I want to mention again because I consider it to be really important as for those of you who are in summer now. I know not all of you are, some of you are in winter now, but try and remember this for the summer. One of the things I really recommend is if your car has been sitting outside for any length of time, I would suggest anything over an hour. When you first open the door, don't get in. Now I took a little bit of video, but I'm not sure if it will show up or not. But if you look very carefully when you first open the door, you can see the fumes from all the plastic and everything else actually moving out of the car. It's, you know, it's difficult to see, but you can actually see it if the car gets warm. And as I said, it's not blistering hot today, it's just only 74, which for us in southern British Columbia is a heat wave, and we like it that way. But I was just thinking, a lot of you are in temperatures a whole lot hotter than that. So please, especially I'm thinking about those of you with new babies in the family or whatever, children, dogs, think about the fact that when you first open the door, what's coming out of your car is the fumes that have been building up because of the heat. So literally open the car and sort of walk around it a couple of times, or, you know, tidy up something, do whatever you need to do, and give it sort of at least a minute, preferably more, for those fumes to leave. Make sense? You'll be surprised once you start being aware of that, just how bad those fumes are. Alright, the second thing I wanted to tell you about, which some of you are just going to roll your eyes at. I can just see you now before I even start, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because I believe some of you will want to hear this. As you know, I'm going through my retirement year, my first retirement year, looking for little ways to save money here and there. And I found some interesting ones. Of course, the best of all has been, don't use dry sheets, throw a ball of aluminum foil in your dryer. Who knew that that worked so well? I mean, I'm still stunned, and I'm still saying to people, I don't ask you to believe me, just try it once. You know, and then because I know if they try it once, they'll go, why didn't I do this before? So that was one way. But the other thing I wanted you to know is that if you buy halfway decent wet wipes and use them maybe while you're putting on your makeup or whatever, I do. I keep a small jar, probably about so big, next to my wash hand basin, and every morning I just fill it up with water and a squidge of soap. Very important measure, the squidge. Do not forget, it's only a squidge. All right, not 2 squidges or 4, it's a squidge. So whatever, soap, put soap in, and then what I do is, as I use my wet wipes, I just pop them in there. And you're going, why don't you just throw them away like everybody else? Well, this is what I found. I just pop them in there, and I have one that I put on, you know, whenever I clean my makeup brush with my foundation, that I know I put my foundation on with the brush. You know, it goes in there. When I finish putting my makeup on, that one goes in there. When I finish with my lipstick, that one goes in there. And then, when I've finished putting on my makeup completely, I then put the lid on the jar, shake the living daylights out of it, like very intense washing machine. Empty it into the sink, rinse it all out, put it over the edge of the sink, and within an hour they're dry, ready for tomorrow. By the way, how long do they last? Well, I did the experiment because I knew one of you would ask that. Mine have lasted for over a month. So instead of using, and I'll do the math, 3 or 4 a day, or even 1 a day, I have used the same 4 for a month. So, you're saying, but wet wipes are pretty darn cheap to start with. They are. But it's a bit like the toilet paper issue, right? How much money are you throwing either down the toilet or into the landfill? And it just has become part of my makeup routine. Works really well. Really happy with it. Quite surprised, quite honestly. This is DearMamaSal saying I hope it helps. I'm on my way back home now, but I had to laugh because I could just hear you guys laughing at me. Because on the way here, I was telling you how I saved pennies just so I could go into the dollar store and spend dollars. But you know, it works for me, and I definitely get a lot of joy. Now, the very good news that I found was that a bottle of Sunny D is only 100 calories, and it's a very sugary taste. And I was thinking that I could get that pretty well chilled, and that would be a nice treat for after dinner. Yum. Mind you, the bad news about the dollar store is they have candy floss there. That's cotton candy. Yeah. That's about twice as much. But twice as much fun too. Now, I did get I'm going down to Benji and Judy's tomorrow, so I did get some little things for the children. Way more than I can take with me, because otherwise I'll be spoiling them. But I did get them, you know, things like hair clips and stickers and children's stuff. I've never been able to do that, so I enjoy doing it now. And I really don't get them very much because they got this huge family and everybody spoils them. What I take is enough for them to know that I love them. But not to impress the parents, if you know what I mean by that. It's just something for them to open, because for some reason they really do like opening gift bags, I've noticed. They love all the, you know, all the crepe paper and everything. They love that tissue paper. And I like watching them, because what I will do is I actually just, you know, wrap up 3 bags worth. And I know which one's which because I got 2 bags that are the same, which are for the twins, and one that is different, which is for Juliana. It makes perfect sense to me. Okay, so that was fun. I know what you're wondering. Will I eat the candy floss before I have the Sunny D? Luckily, I've been very well behaved up until now. By the way, for those of you who don't know, I've actually lost about 2 inches off my hips already. And about the same around my waist, I think. I'll have to double check that, but just this portion control. I haven't lost a lot of weight this last couple of weeks because I was on vacation, and obviously I didn't worry too much about what I was eating. So I'm not worried about that, but even so, I have lost inches over the course of the last month, and I'll let you know how much that is. Yay. And congratulations to Jody, who has decided to join Lauren and I on this portion control thing. So way to go, Jody. Looking forward to hearing your progress as well. Just so people know it's not a fluke that just I happen to have stumbled on, or that Lauren happen to. Actually, I've got to show you what Lauren's inches look like. She's amazing how many inches she's lost. I think she's slightly better behaved than I am. Never mind. This is DearMamaSal saying. Check in with you soon. Bye bye for now.